From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Wednesday, January 10th, a man is killed after driving into a utility pole. And state lawmakers return to work. A 75-year-old man is dead after a one-car accident in Wilmington. Police say the man drove into a utility pole just before noon yesterday at Maple Avenue and South Union Street. Paramedics treated the man, but he died on the way to the hospital. An investigation is underway to determine whether he was killed in the crash or died of a pre-existing medical condition. Police have not released the name of the victim until family members have been notified. Pomp and circumstance mark the first day of the 144th General Assembly in Dover. WDEL legislative correspondent Carl Konevsky has the story.
The State House and Senate reconvened Tuesday afternoon after a 6-month break, with no changes in personnel in the Senate and 7 new members in the House. But on day one, flowers replaced bill books on desktops, and family members crowded into the House and Senate to watch loved ones take their oath of office. One new face in the House, State Representative John Kowalko, a Newark Democrat, says his job as a rookie legislator will be tougher than others as he moves from activist to lawmaker.
It's definitely a transition that I have to make. And it's not just attitude, but it's in how I approach the problems that I hope to accomplish, the things I hope to accomplish, and solve the problems that I hope to solve.
Kowalko defeated incumbent Republican Representative Stephanie Olbrich in November. Republican Representative Roger Roy decided not to run last November, saying he wanted to spend more time with his family. Republican Nick Matalakos won the seat in Roy's district and says there's a little pressure following a veteran lawmaker.
He was there 30 years, so it took him quite a while to learn all the ins and outs of the process. I'm hoping that I can come in and be a quick study and work really hard to fill those spots myself.
Other retiring lawmakers included Republicans Joe DePino, Tina Fallon, and Jerry Buckworth, Democrat John Van Zandt, and Independent Wally Koch. DePino's seat is now held by Democrat Gerald Brady, who says his experience as a Wilmington City Councilman should serve him well.
Legislative Basics 101 is certainly covered in that respect. Yeah, it was a big help being a representative from the city of Wilmington. And more importantly, it enabled me over time to work with various members, particularly those from the Wilmington delegation, but more importantly, those from Newcastle County.
With the resignations and Olbrich's loss, the GOP majority in the House is down to 23-18. There were no changes in the Senate, where the Democrats still hold a 13-8 edge. Reporting from Legislative Hall in Dover, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Could Newcastle County be looking at a tax hike? WDEL News continues in a moment.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let Dart do the driving.
I do all my shopping with Dart. It's the most convenient way to shop the outlets, and it saves me money.
Now save even more. Get up to 40% off with a discounted Dart card online at dartfirststate.com or at your local Acme Market.
At this rate, with the money I save riding Dart, I'll have a new pair of shoes every week.
Travel smart. Choose Dart.
State police are investigating a 6-car crash that left 3 drivers hurt and part of Route 7 shut down during last evening's commute. Police say a driver swerved to avoid some debris on Route 7 near Stanton-Ogletown Road and hit an SUV. The SUV then rolled 3 times, hitting 4 vehicles in the other lanes. None of the injuries are life-threatening. No charges have been filed. Route 7 was closed at the scene for about 90 minutes after the accident. It looks like county taxpayers will see a tax hike. The question is, how much? County Council last night lifted a 5% cap.
Is an ordinance that simply removes a vestige of something that was put in place in the late 1980s. It is merely a barrier to this administration or any administration putting together a budget that has the full range of options it should have. I will propose a budget March 21st. County Council will conduct a whole series of hearings on that budget and then either amend it or adopt it as proposed by the end of May. So we can't right now say what direction the budget will take.
But I disagree with not having a cap at all. And I believe that there should be some parameters set for the administration to prepare a budget. I offered this afternoon that 5% probably today, with the situation we're in, the emergency situation we're in, would not probably meet the needs of next year's budget.
Council's Finance Committee has received a report with recommendations on how the county can cut expenses and increase revenue. Christina School District's proposed budget is balanced as the district tries to move forward financially. The district's proposed spending plan is a little more than $220 million, which includes a $1.2 million repayment of the $12.3 million state loan. District officials say there's still work to be done, but things are going in the right direction.
I'm not ready to declare victory yet. I want to get to June 30th, having a balanced budget, having paid off some of the loan, and begun to restore some fiscal conservatism with regards to establishing reserve funds and contingency funds.
If we continue with fidelity, we will end with a balanced budget, so the only debt we will carry is the debt we entered with that came at the end of FY06.
The budget proposal will be reviewed by the District Financial Review Committee before the school board votes on it. County row officers in Newcastle County were sworn in last night. WDEL's Curtis Gray was there.
I, Diane Clark Street.
I, Diane Clark Street.
Diane Clark Street's oath of office for Register of Wills with federal judge Gregory Sleep was just one of three candidates winning in last November's election. Michael Kosakowski, Recorder of Deeds, and Sheriff Michael Walsh were also sworn in Tuesday at the City-County building. Clark Street says people often misunderstand the duties of row officers, but they play an important role in the operation of your government.
In fact, it has been said that row offices are obscure, not well understood offices at all. But these row offices are part of what keeps our community running smoothly.
The Office of Recorder of Deeds is among the highest producers of revenue in county government, according to Kosakowski.
So our frugality is important to also to set good example, and good leadership does that.
I'm Curtis Gray, 1150 AM, WDEL.
UD loses yet another basketball player. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Did you know that Wilmington College has been preparing students for careers in media arts and technology over the past 7 years? Enjoy hands-on experience and personal attention from instructors drawn straight from the industry. To learn more, visit wilmcoll.edu. Wilmington College. Achieve balance, achieve success.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware every weekday morning, 5:30 to 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, Tayshaun Prince scored a career-high 33 points to lead the Detroit Pistons to a 98-89 win over the Sixers, who've now lost their last 3 games. Chris Webber missed last night's game with continuing foot and ankle injuries. He's now missed 10 of the last 13. And speculation is the Sixers might be working on a contract buyout. Alex Ovechkin scored a pair of goals, and the Washington Capitals routed the Flyers 6-2. The Flyers didn't score until the final period when Kyle Calder accounted for both scores. The Capitals completed a 4-game season series sweep of the Flyers, the first time that's happened in the 32-year history of the Washington franchise. The Delaware basketball team has lost yet another player for the season. Sophomore Paul Jelly will miss the rest of the season with a lung ailment. Jelly is the 4th player who started the season with the Hens, but is now gone for medical or personal reasons or suspension. Christiana went to overtime before knocking off William Penn 60-55 in a boys basketball game heard last night on WDEL. The Vikings' Tim Steed hit a 3-pointer with less than 5 seconds left to send the game to OT. The 6'5" senior just missed a triple-double, finishing with 20 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. With the victory, Christiana improves to 9-1 overall, 3-0 in the conference, while William Penn falls to 8-2 and 3-1. Both teams face tough Flight A battles on Friday, with Christiana hosting Glasgow and William Penn visiting Middletown. And Cal Ripken Jr. and Tony Gwynn are going to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown together, as each got more than 98% of the vote by baseball writers. Mark McGwire, though, apparently turned off many voters about the allegations of steroid use, got only 23.5% of the vote, far less than the 75% needed to get into the Hall of Fame. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast: more sun than clouds today, a high 39. Tonight, clear and cold, low down to 19. And tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 42. Good news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL, or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.